Today we will have our review in math questions part 2. How many prime numbers are there between 1 and 100? Letter A, 25, B, 24, C, 26, D, 23. Correct, the answer is 25. These are the list of prime numbers. You must be familiar with the list of prime numbers, these prime numbers. If not, you can use the sieve of Eratosthenes to find the prime numbers. Jessy is making bead necklaces. She has 90 green beads and 108 blue beads. What is the greatest number of identical necklaces she can make if she wants to use all the beads? A, 16, B, 15, C, 12, D, 18. Now this problem, we will solve this in finding the LCD or the GCD of 90 and 108. So you have 90 using prime factorization. The prime factors of 9 are 2, 3, 3, and 5. While 108 is 2, 2, 3, 3, and 3. You make sure that it is aligned and bring down the common. So you have here 2, 3, and 3 are the numbers common to both 90 and 108. Then you multiply 2 times 3 times 3. So you will have 18 is your GCD. Now, it only means that you will have 18 necklaces, and each necklace you will have 5 green and 6 blue beads. So our answer here is 18. Next question. One trip around running track is 440 yards. One jogger can complete one lap in 8 minutes. Another can complete it in 6 minutes. How long will it take for both joggers to arrive at their starting point together if they start at the same time and maintain their jogging pace? A, 12 minutes, B, 24 minutes, C, 36 minutes, letter D, 48 minutes. This is also solved using prime factorization. The prime factors of 8 is 2, 2, and 2. The prime factors of 6 is 2 and 3. We will get the LCM, the least common multiple, by bringing down all. So in this case, it's common, so you only bring down 2, 2, 2, and 3. You multiply this number and you will have 24. Thus, the answer here is 24 minutes. It only means that jogger 1 will have 3 rounds, while jogger 2 will have 4 rounds. After 24 minutes, both jogger will arrive at the starting point together. So the answer is 24 minutes. What are the prime factors of 128? A, 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. B, 1 times 2 times 8. C, 2 times 2 times 2 times 4 times 4. Letter D, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. The correct answer is letter D. This is the prime factors of 128. Now you can see here that 8 and 4 is not a prime. So you will have these choices only. And when you multiply it, 128 is the product of this letter D. So letter D is our answer. What is the least common multiple of 24 and 80? A, 240, B, 480, C, 80, D, 360. The common multiple is 240. And we're going to use prime factorization, the prime factors of 24, the prime factor of 80. And then we bring down everything. Okay? And then we multiply this, the answer is 240. Remember, when it's least common multiple or LCM, you will bring down everything. But first, you need to align. But if it's GCD, you only bring down those who are common in both the numbers. So that is the answer, 240. Which among the following is not a prime number? A, 61, B, 31, C, 41, D, 51. The answer is letter D, 51. Prime numbers are whole numbers greater than 1 that have only two factors, 1 and number itself. Prime numbers are divisible only by the number 1 or itself. As you can see, 51 here has a factor of 3 and 17. Thus, 51 is not a prime. A group of young people from 4 countries gathered together for an international conference. 40 from Manila, 60 from Japan, 35 from Thailand, and 45 from Singapore. The participants will form discussion groups with equal number of members from each country in each group. What is the greatest number of discussion groups that can be formed? A, 15, B, 20, C, 5, D, 25. To solve this one, we need prime factorization. So you can see the answer is 5 here. So we have 40, 60, 35, and 45. Doing the prime factorization, we get all the prime factors of each number. And then we get the common, since we're looking for the GCD. So we'll have 5 is our answer. It only means that we will have 5 groups. What is the greatest number of discussion groups? So we will form 5 groups. During summer, a lady visits Baguio every 6 days and his best friend every 4 days. If they visit Baguio last April 11, what was the earliest date that both each of them visited Baguio again? A, May 11, B, May 5, C, April 23, D, April 21. The answer is April 23, and this is the solution. Prime factorization. You have 6 and 4. The prime factors of 6 is 2 and 3. 4 is 2 and 2. Then we find the LCM. 2, 2, and 3. Find the product. You will have 12. April 11 plus 12 days, you have April 23. In how many ways can a team of 10 basketball players be chosen from 12 players? A, 64, B, 62, C, 66, D, 72. Now this question is a combination question. If you still remember, you have two kind of question in case of Ingani. You have permutation and combination. So this is the equation for combination. Be familiar with this equation. So you will have this 10. Your R is 10 because you have R taken to n. So you will get 10 out from 12. So you will have 12 factorial all over the quantity of 12 minus 10 factorial times 10 factorial. If you still remember what is factorial, that is when you say 12 factorial, you're going to multiply 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 until times 12. So it is a decreasing number. Now, In this case, you can encode this directly to your calculator because there is a function in your calculator. There is a factorial function in your calculator. Or we can solve this in this way. We have 10 factorial here and 12 factorial here. Thus, we can cancel 1 to 10. So what is left here is 11 times 12. As I said, factorial is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. So since we have 10 factorial here, we cancel all 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 until times 10. So what is left is 11 times 12. Here, 12 minus 10 is 2 factorial. 132 divided by 2. 2 factorial is 2 because 1 times 2, 2 is 66. Thus, the answer here is 66. There are 66 ways you can get 10 basketball players out from 12 players. That is our last question for the review in math questions part